The Portuguese might establish trading posts on the Atlantic coast in areas the Chinese don't control. The Spanish might colonize Caribbean islands the Chinese consider too small to bother with. The English and French, arriving later, must find whatever territory remains unclaimed. This is mostly in North America, which the Chinese have explored, but not heavily settled due to climate and distance from their Pacific bases. European colonial empires in this timeline are far smaller and more precarious than what history actually produced. The indigenous peoples of North America experience a different colonization pattern. Chinese influence reaches them through trade and occasional expeditions, but not systematic settlement. European colonization comes from the Atlantic coast, but is limited in scale because European powers lack the resources they had in our timeline. North American indigenous peoples play Chinese and European interests against each other, maintaining independence longer than they managed historically. Some tribes adopt Chinese technologies and political systems. Others ally with Europeans. The continent becomes contested ground, rather than being steadily overrun by any single colonial power. The geopolitical balance of power shifts dramatically. In our timeline, European colonization of the Americas provided resources and wealth that funded European development and eventually European global dominance. Here, those resources largely go to China instead. Chinese-American silver and gold flow to Beijing, not Madrid or London. Chinese-American agricultural products feed Chinese cities. The demographic outlet that America provided to European population growth instead relieves Chinese population pressure. Europe remains a collection of competing kingdoms without the massive wealth injection that American conquest provided. China becomes even more dominant in global affairs than it already was. But Chinese dominance comes with complications. The logistics of managing colonies across the Pacific are immense. The voyage takes months under good conditions. Communications are slow. Colonial governors have enormous autonomy by necessity. Some use that autonomy to build personal power bases. The fear that troubled all Chinese dynasties, that distant military commanders might rebel against central authority, becomes reality in America. Colonial generals with loyal armies and independent revenue sources occasionally defy Beijing. The Ming Dynasty survives in our timeline until the 17th century.